Hi. Hi. If you've ever experienced crippling fear and anxiety that's overwhelmed your very being, this video is probably for you. But if you think that this sounds like a bit much, maybe consider if this is the right watch. I've named this script Fear and General Anxiety Disorder because it's about my struggle with these issues and how I overcame them to a large degree. Fear and anxiety have been a part of my life for as long as I can remember. Growing up in an abusive home, fear wasn't just a feeling, it was a tool necessary for survival. I learned early that bad things weren't potential, they were probable. Like the nights my drunk father would put the kettle on by simply turning on the gas and forgetting the other steps. Anxiety became a second nature. It wasn't optional, it was a scope through which I could see the dangers that my future holds. It held the power to protect me and became my armor. I often reflect on the truth in this slightly altered saying: you can take an abused child out of an abusive home, but you can't take an abusive home out of an abused child. And it helps me to come to terms with the underlying unfairness of the world, but also opens the way for acceptance in my heart. In adulthood, I stayed cautious, way more cautious than most, constantly preparing for disasters that might never come. And looking back, a lot of that wasn't irrational, it was muscle memory. At first, I thought maybe surviving a rough childhood was a weird gift. Like the worst is already behind me, I'm free to build better, but life's a little more complicated than that. Because what they don't tell you is the radioactive emotional material you carried, you have to detox it yourself. If you don't, it poisons the very future you fought so hard for. Without even realizing it, many of us recreate the same abusive patterns. We seek out similar pain, hoping that this time will fix it. It's a natural process, and we tend to follow it intuitively. But reliving pain doesn't heal it. You don't win by solving the same nightmare over and over. You win by becoming something new. Therapy is useful, but here's the truth no one tells you. You're still doing all the work yourself. Therapists don't just give you a magical answer for all your problems. They hold a mirror. You have to be brave enough to look, to not avert your eyes from what might terrify you. The real change starts when you stop blaming the past and take accountability for what's happening now, even if it wasn't your fault to begin with. It's brutally unfair, but it's the truth. And only the truth can set you free. Break the chains of your own inner captivity. You can't fix everything at once, and those who have been harmed tend to keep long lists. But focus on the 2 or 3 biggest issues, and often the rest will start falling like dominoes. Digging in my garden of horrors, looking for the roots of my issues, I realized that beneath my anxiety, the real root was simple. It was always fear. Not some abstract concept, but a living force I tried desperately to avoid. Avoidance gave fear power. Facing it, even a little, took some of that power back. When fear hit hard, I froze like a squirrel in the park, waiting for the perfect moment to react. But in real life, that perfect moment never really comes. As a child, freezing was pretty smart. Around dangerous adults, doing nothing was often safer than doing anything. But now, as an adult, staying frozen only feeds the fear. The emotional perpetuum mobile kicks in. Fear triggers anxiety, anxiety triggers fear until it spirals out of control. So leaving the physical danger behind doesn't automatically erase the internal machine. It leaves a copy inside of you. It's a cruel irony, but nevertheless, it cannot be overlooked. Dismantling that machine, it's like doing brain surgery in the dark with your hands tied behind your back, only using hope and sheer stubbornness. You fail over and over, but every attempt teaches you something new. And eventually, you carve out a path towards freedom. The price may be simple in theory, but tough to swallow. Just stay with yourself, without judgment, in stillness, accepting what comes. The first step is simple but fierce. Say no. When the machine tells you bad things will happen, you say no. When it tells you to be afraid, you say no. When it begs you to hide, to shrink, to surrender, you say no. You don't have to feel strong to start. You just have to choose something different. Every no weakens the machine, and every yes towards yourself builds something better. Healing is slow, healing is painful, and healing feels unfair. But it's yours. It's your story to rewrite, and if someone like me, a mess, a fighter, a stubborn squirrel, can find a way through it, then so can you. It starts with the first step, and the time is now. You are worth it. To finish up, let me offer some more practical insights I found to work, at least in my case. I'd consider several insights to be game changers when it comes to dealing with internal issues. First, consider your fear a window. One that with practice you can eventually turn into a door. Sure, it's frightening to look through that window of fear, but that's the point, isn't it? How else can you get used to it? And when you do get used to it, it loses its power over you. And that's the point. That once very scary window can become a door you can open and step through. And that's where the real magic happens. You've transformed the energy that once crippled you into something you can harness. Don't get me wrong, this process isn't easy. Just sitting with fear without distractions, giving it time, space in your life and mind, that's a real challenge. Stepping through your fear at first feels like walking on hot coals. You're going to be convinced you're not supposed to be doing this. But believe me, when you succeed, you'll learn something incredible. Fear is a guide. So often it's exactly the gate you're meant to walk towards. Slowly, respectfully, but with confidence, so you can open it, walk through it, and come out changed, better on the other side. And you might ask, how exactly is doing that making me better? There's no greater enemy than the one within. And winning those battles makes you a true champion. A champion for the most important person in your life, you. And as they say, there's no one coming to save you. Save yourself. Time is now. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please consider subscribing because I have a bunch more coming up. Thank you.